Shrimatre Namaha. Today I am going to discuss about Shad Rasaas, 6 Rasas. First prayer. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. According to Ayurveda, it is important to taste our foods. Rasa, the Sanskrit word for taste, also means experience, enthusiasm, juice, plasma, and essence. The word rasa comprises different meanings as per classics. Among them, the one which is perceived through the tongue is known as rasa, which is pradhana rasa, primary taste or main taste, whereas that which is perceived after a small period time called anurasa. The anurasa also called as uparasa or secondary taste. Ayurvedic interpretation of Shadrasa is one among the consummate theories of this sage, old wisdom. It has a comprehensive stretch and applicability in almost all dimensions of the science. This understanding regarding appreciation of each taste, their qualities, potentials, and attributes remain unparalleled even when equated with the advanced and contemporary researches. Each among the Shad Rasa is explained in the classics with a set of guna and karma, origins, action of rasa on Tridosha. Ayurveda recognizes 6 tastes, Shad Rasas, each of which has a vital role to play in our physiology, health, and well being. Sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent tastes combine in many different ways to create a diversity of flavors that we encounter throughout our lives. The sweet taste as a naturally appealing element of our diets. It is the flavor of sugar that could be found in dates, wheat, and fruits. Sweet taste pacify vata and pitta but aggravate kapha dosha. The sour taste tends to be fairly familiar to us. It is primarily the result of acids in our foods, such as citrus fruits. We often pucker when we encounter the sour taste, and it immediately moistens the mouth and increases the flow of saliva. The sour taste tends to increase pitta dosha in the body. The salty taste is almost singularly derived from salt, is readily identified in our diets. We find this taste in fish, soya sauce, and celery. The salty taste is said to be heating, thus aggravates kapha dosha. The pungent taste is one of the dry, intense heat that can be found in spicy foods and many herbs and spices. It is usually created by the presence of aromatic garlic and chili that stimulate the tissues and nerve endings of the mouth with a sensation of sharp and fiery heat. The pungent taste can increase pitta and vata dosha but pacify kapha dosha. The astringent taste is a flavor of dryness that is generally produced by tannins, such as the taste of red wine. It causes the mucous membranes in the mouth to contract and results in an immediate dry, chalky, and sometimes puckering sensation in the mouth. The astringent taste is frequently complemented by the sweet or sour tastes. Finally, this taste can increase vata as it is drying. Most of us associate the idea of cravings with comfort, whether it's chocolate, coffee, cookies, or ice cream. The foods we crave are messengers of important information about what our bodies and minds are experiencing. But not all cravings are the sweet variety. Our body can seek comfort in a number of different flavors. Six, in fact, according to Ayurveda. The six states or Shadrasa are just one way that we can understand the properties of our food and their effects on our bodies and minds. Since all foods are made of different combinations of the five elements, we can use that model to determine the qualities of the tastes they have when they hit our tongue. Those qualities further correlate to different stages of our digestive process, which helps us understand why we might have certain reactions to foods after eating them. In keeping with Ayurveda's pursuit of a balanced life, it's recommended to have all six tastes present in every meal for optimal digestion and satisfaction. However, depending on the levels of your doshas, your current state are Vikriti, Rasa, as well as the performances and tendencies of your stable constitution or Prakriti, you may find yourself feeling cravings or aversions to certain tastes. It's important to notice whether a craving is coming from a state of health. Example is a taste that will keep your constitution balanced, or a state of illness, one that will exacerbate, exacerbate a current excess in one or more of the doshas. Remember the fundamental Ayurvedic principle that like increases. Like, so when a dosha is high, it will send signals to the body to get more of the stuff that will further increase it, adding fuel to the proverbial fire. Ayurveda teaches us to appreciate that every substance is made up of combination of five basic elements: sky, air, fire, water, and earth. The Panchabhutas. There are six tastes according to Ayurveda, and these elements in two different combinations are present in all of the six tastes. The six tastes sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent are based on the actual taste in mouth. Rasa means to taste or to experience. Ra means taste and Sa choose. This applies to food herbs and minerals. According to Ayurveda, a balanced meal has a little bit of each rasa. When there is an imbalance of doshas or blockages in channels, Ayurvedic practitioners recommend a nutrition plan that pays special attention to six tastes. Each taste can either increase or decrease the doshas. Now, let us discuss individually. Sweet means maduram. The sweet taste is made of earth and water elements. The heavying grounding aspects of nature, which is why sweet is the most comforting and nourishing taste for body, mind, and spirit. Most of us in modern time associate sweet with sugar, things like desserts and refined treats. But sweet is also present in whole food items such as root vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, beets, parsnips, winter squashes, all grains and fruits, which are the preferred sources of sweetness. Sweet is a balancing to both Vata and Pitta doshas, especially Vata, because it provides grounding to these otherwise light and mobile doshas. That makes it most appropriate to consume during the fall, winter, and summer seasons, which is also when food that are naturally sweet are in abundance. If you find yourself craving sweet foods, it may be your natural desire to balance vata or pitta, but it may also come from an excess of kapha dosha, which is already high in earth and water elements. To determine which one it is, think about other things you are experiencing in your life right now. No? Next, sour means amla, made of fire and earth elements. Sour taste is another appetite stimulant and is essential for the transformation of our food during the second stage of digestion in the stomach, where digestive acids do the work of breaking down our food into nutrients and waste. Sour foods are usually easy to identify given their puckering and sometimes fragrant properties. All fermented foods have an element of sour in them, as well as some fruits and vinegars. Sour is a friend to Vata dosha since it helps to bring warmth, boost the digestive fire, and stimulate appetite. Enjoy sour foods more in the colored seasons or cooler seasons, despite cultural tendencies to break out the margaritas and limes as the summertime. Sour foods are usually part of a meal's appetizer 2. And small bites of pickles, olives, or fermented lemon are a lovely way to bring some fire to the digestive system at the start of a meal. Salty means lavanam. In our culture, salt is often an addictive to foods, but we can find natural sources of this important taste in things like sea vegetables, kelp, kombu, dulse, and others. When purchasing salt for your table, keep in mind that our source of salt is not what it once was. Pollution has made the sea a sink of microplastics, which are so small it's nearly impossible to separate them out from the salt that is mined from the water. Himalayan pink salt and red mom's real salt are the most pure varieties per our current knowledge. In addition to stimulating digestion, salty foods provide a feeling of satisfaction and a softening quality both from that water element. This means it an ideal taste of for vata but less friendly to pitta and kapha. Salt is the best consumed during the fall and winter when we want to retain a little more but should decrease in the spring and summer so our bodies don't hold on to too much of the water that's already in our environment. Our culture tends to be run highly on the salt given the abundance of processes foods we take in which use salt as a preservative and taste enhancer. If you are cooking, most of us, our meals at home, though it's important to remember a dash of salt so you get those important minerals and nutrients as well as improve the cooking process and improve flavor of your dish too. It's appreciating to your body and mind. Pungent, katu. For most people, pungent means smelly, but in this Ayurvedic context, pungent is more associated with spicy. Think chili powder or chili peppers, wasabi, ginger, garlic, anything that takes your breath away or makes a component to a balanced sweet when you eat it. Pungent foods tend to be dry, light, and hard since it never takes you an external features. If boosting properties to keep our Agni happy, everyone has a different tolerance and preference for spice, but spices should not be limited to peppers. Sweeter spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, and cardamom, more cooling spices like coriander and fennel, as well as fresh herbs like parsley, mint, and cilantro are all excellent ways to incorporate spice into the cooking without adding heat. A favorite all-purpose spice blend to keep all the doshas in balance is cumin, coriander, fennel, turmeric, cardamom, and ground black pepper. It's delicious in most savory dishes and will bring out the flavor of the whatever you are cooking. Now, bitter, I mean tikta. Very few people will openly admit to liking or wanting a bitter foods, but this taste is quite important in grounding out the digestive system movement from the first bite through to elimination a mode of aim and elder elements. Bitter is the lightage of the taste and can be found in foods with a similar lightness, leafy greens, as well as coffee, black tea, and chocolate data. Bitter tends to produce gas and drying in the color within the digestive system, which is why a diet, juices, and coffee can produce those symptoms or as well as a constipation, lack of focus, and low energy, all symptoms of excessive vata pitta doshas. At the same time, bitter can bring beneficial cooling and reducing properties to the system for pitta and mata and kafir. And these are the fundamental abundant in spring season and summer. They are the liver, a hub of digestive processing, moreover, that can be taxed by a diet rich in processed fresh foods, sugar, and alcohol. Enjoy fresh beets, dandelion root, and turmeric as part of liver nourishing negligence. During liver nourishing regimen during spring and summer especially. Astringent means kashaya. Astringent is another taste we don't experience a lot of and in our culture. So another way to think of it is tart. Naturally, astringent foods include chicken peas, unripe bananas, aramberries, and honey, which leave behind a sort of dry, puckered feeling in your mouth when you eat them. That's from the earth and air elements that make up the astringent taste and why is so great for pitta and especially kapha. Clearing out built up undigested food, which Ayurveda is called gradually it became amla, is a job built for astringent and great to incorporate in inspiring time meals to you have spent winter building up to your stores of sweet, sour, and pungent. But again, all things are best in modernization. And too much aspirants, gumade, nerves getting a bit of dry and frazzled. As you come to experience the taste tree on your plate, consider whether you are also getting a balanced dose of all the letters should not be intake in food, relationships, information, and experiences are all norms, forms of nourishment. According to Ayurveda, so that while you may not be overloading on jalapens, you might be suvarnamukhi, indeed by Adena changes, we can shift to that place, which may be having an affection. How on expression you overall. A difficult emotional time, you might get more satisfaction from working through those emotions or confirmed taking another of cake rather than a only ankumentochi slice of cake. Rather than only relying on food to give us the taste we crave when people work routines and food we engage with our lives. Taste delicious in true balance and harmony with the universe. Taste can tell us a lot about what we are eating food and is it important about the physical and energetic qualities from the universe with we are taking our beings. Luckily for us, that the case in initial life. The food we can eat daily usually checks off several boxes of Ayurveda, correlates the foods we eat into six rasas or tastes, which include Madhura rasa, Amla rasa, Lavana rasa, Makashayad rasa, కటువచనం అనేటువంటిది ఒక రసధ్వని అండ్ చివరికి అంతా చెప్పి ఆల్ ద సే it is exactly as it is. The rasas are always originated. We include these six flavors in every meal and adjust ratios of each in line with our individual constitutions. Doing so will take care of our digestive health and ensure that fever toxins are absorbed into our bodies. Maintaining a balance between six rasas is imperative because each of them impacts our tridosha, vata, pitta and kapha in different ways. An imbalance between the rasas will in turn negatively affect the tridosha, vulnerably causing for several disorders and diseases. The perception of rasas. According to Indian Darshana Shastra, knowledge rasa can be acquired through three pramanas: Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, and Aptopadesha. Rasas can be known through all these three modes of knowledge, yet direct demonstrable knowledge is more widely used. If the dravya comes in contact with the tongue, then only the direct perception of rasa is possible. This is rasana pratyaksha. Some rasa can perceivable by anumana only. The Mathura rasa of Swarna, Rajata, and Naga, and Tikta rasa of Loha have all been ascertained through inference after carefully observing the effects of through Aptopdesa. These dravyas on the body. Similarly, Avyakta rasa or Anurasa has to be specially understood through Aptopadesha. This philosophy allows us to keep our bodies and minds in good health while also efficiently curing ailments.